Hello everyone, welcome back once again, and today's topic is we are going to learn how to rotate the elements of a list through a program. Okay, so we're going to take a program and we are going to rotate the elements of a list. Now there is a traditional approach by which we do that. We have many programs around where we rotate the elements of an array in other programming languages. So we will first develop the program using the traditional approach or the logic that normally we see it on the internet, and then we are going to do something that is the Python approach. As you know that Python language is a very modern programming language, and things can be achieved in a very easy way. So we are going to do the same program using the Python approach. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing is, what do you mean by rotating and the elements of a list? So for example, if I have a list that is, I'll just take a series of 1 to 10. Okay, so these are the elements of a list. Now if I rotate this one time, okay, if I rotate this one time, so I will have a list like, okay, I will have the number, okay, I will rotate this list towards the right. So what I will have is, after the first rotation, I will have these numbers. Okay, just see these numbers, and you can understand what we mean by rotation. So this is the first rotation that we had. So what happened is, every element got shifted towards the right. So one got shifted over here to the second position, and then the number 2 towards the third position, and so on. So, and then the last element, that is 10, it became the first. Now that's the first rotation. How about if I rotate this element again and one more time? So in that case, can you guess what will be the output? The output will be over here. Okay, I'll just delete the entire thing. Over here I will have 9. That's the last element. That's the last element. So it will come 9, and then 10, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is what we will get. So after the first rotation we had this, and then after the second rotation we had this, and so on. So if I go for 5 rotations, so this will again get shifted, the numbers will get shifted. So we are rotating the elements of a list. So I hope you understood what we exactly need to do. So every element needs to get shifted towards the right, and the last element becomes the first. That's it. Okay, so let us do this program using the traditional approach, that the logic that we have everywhere. So the first thing that I will do that I will accept the number n from the user, and the number n is actually the number of rotations. So enter the number of rotations. Okay, so these are the number of rotations. So if user says 2, so the list will be rotated, the elements will be rotated twice. Okay, and so I have to take a for loop in range, and in range n, right? So that this loop will actually handle the number of rotations. And then what I need to do is, the first approach is, okay, the logic is, I need to first store this last number in a temporary variable. So for example, if I use a temp variable and I use the last element, so how can I get this last element? So this index starts from 0 to 9. So what I will do is L of len of, okay, L of the index value, I will give len of L, that is, it will calculate 10, so I have to make it -1, so it comes 9. So by this, now you can see this is 10 minus 1, 9. So index value 9, that is 10. So I got this 10 in this variable, that is temp. After doing this, then we have one more loop, a nested loop, which will go for an iterations for entire 10 times, because we need to what we are going to do is, basically we have stored this number in a temp variable. Okay, now what we will do is we will shift this number 9, we'll copy this number from this position to over here, and then I will copy 8 over here, and then 7 over here. So I'm shifting every number, and then 1 will be copied over here, and then at the last I will copy the temp variable, that is 10, to the first position. So 9 will be shifted over here, then one position towards the right, then 8 will be shifted, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, 3, 2, and 1 will be shifted over here. Okay, that is index value 1, and then the variable, the temporary variable which holds the value 10 will be shifted, will be copied to the 0th index. So that is the first position, right? So I have to start from here. I need to copy this over here, right? So the first thing that I need to do is come to this index position. So this index position is this is from 0 to 9, so this is 8. So I need to get this index position, so I will calculate the length of the list. Okay, and I will do what I will do is, okay, I need to copy this over here. So length of L, and I will just say -1. Okay, -1. So basically it comes to 9. Okay, and then I will go till -1. Now this I'm doing -1 is because I want to go from here till here. So I'm going from a bigger number to smaller. So this will be 9, and I want it to go till 0. So if I want it to go till 0, I need to make this as -1, because it goes 1 less. If I keep this as 0, so it will run till, it starts from 9 and it goes till 1, right? So I want it to go to 0. So I will make this as -1. Okay, I will make this as -1, and then I will decrement it with -1. Okay, that's look good. Now what we will do over here, okay, just I forgot to give a closing bracket. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Closing, opening, closing. Oh no, I think this is fine. So now what I need to do is I need to shift this number over here. So how can I get that logic is, I will say L of this number, I can get it J. So J is this number. Okay, and I will say L of J minus 1. Okay, so J minus 1. So J will have the first element as 9. So that is this index. So I will store in the index 9 as J minus 1. So that is 8, and that is 9. So 9 will be copied over here. This number will be copied over here. And already we have taken this number in a temporary variable. Okay, so you can understand how this logic is working. And then I will display after maybe, okay, outside this loop I will display the list L. So I'm just hoping everything works fine. So we will just see the output for this. Okay, so let us give the rotation as 4, and there it is. So 9 and 9. No, something went wrong. What exactly went wrong is outside the loop I need to again copy this temp variable that will have 10 to the first position, isn't it? So what I will do outside the loop is L of 0. I'll make this as temp. So I'm storing the value 10 in the first position. So this is what exactly I want. So every time it will copy the last element to the first, and every number gets shifted towards the right. Now we will see the output. Okay, so if I give 5, and you can see this is the first rotation, the number 10 got shifted over here, and 1, 2, 3, every number got shifted towards his right, and the last number became first. Then in the second rotation, 9 became first element, and then 10, and these all numbers, you can see it got shifted towards the right. And again then 8 got shifted towards the first position, and all these elements got shifted towards the right. So these are the 5 rotations that we have got. So let us make it more appropriate, like giving certain messages like print the list before rotation, the list before rotation. Okay, and then we will display the list, print L, and just will give us a blank space. Okay, and something like more appropriate, if I want, I can say that is rotation and space and j plus 1 and j. Okay, or else I can give an arrow. Just see how I'm doing this. So if you see the output now, we will get a much better output. Okay, something went wrong, just a minute. Okay, just we will run this now properly. And okay, rotations, I say 10 rotations. So can you guess the last list that we will have? See, this is the first rotation. Okay, again it is giving 1, so j plus 1. So the rotations I'm having over here should be or else I have to take a loop. Just a minute, j. Okay, so okay, just for this moment we will remove this, or I just need to put this. Okay, this should be actually not j, it should be I, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now let us see the output. Okay, so 10 rotations. Now here it is. This is the rotation 1. Okay, so 10, this is the list before the rotation. So 10 got shifted to first, and this. Then second rotation, third rotation, and again the 10th rotation we got the list, the original list back. You can see over here. Okay, so this is how we can rotate the elements in a list. Now this is the traditional approach. Now what is the Python approach? Python approach is so simple. Python makes everything so simple. What I can need to do is I just need one for loop. I don't need a nested loop. Next, what I need to do is I need to use a string slicing. So what I will do is I will use the string slicing. I will first access this value 10. How can I access that value? That is len of L and -1. Okay, and I will do the slicing and I will just close it. So this will basically give me this value 10, because I'm starting from this 10 going till the end, since I kept it blank. So this will give me the value 10. Now if you're not aware of string list slicing, so you can go back to one of my tutorials where I have explained in detail about the list slicing. You can go back, you can see, and then you can come back. Okay, so this will give me this slice of 10. So this will generate a new list basically. And then plus what I will do is I will access this element, that is 1 to 9. How can I get 1 to 9? That is, I will start from the beginning and go till the end. So beginning, I'm just keeping it blank, and I go till the len of till the end. So that is len of L. Okay, and I just need to make this as -1. So len of L, if says it will give 10 minus 1, it will give 9, right? So okay, I'll just don't need this basically. So it will go 1 less than the len, so that is 10, so it will go till 9. So what I'm doing is first I'm generating a new list which will have 10, and then I'm having a new list from 1 to 9, and I'm just doing the joining that list, first list and the second list. Okay, so we will see whether this works. Okay, just print L, and that's it I need to do. So let us see how this works. Okay, I'll give the rotations 5. Okay, there's something that went wrong, so we will just check that what went wrong. Now what exactly went wrong is okay, this I got len of L, that is 10 minus 1. So I start from the 9th index, go till the end. This seems to be perfect. Then I will start from beginning, that is 0, and go till this. So len of L, len of L. So starting is 0, and if I, let's see if I give this as -1, if this works. Or else there are certain logics that we need to come up. Okay, so you can just see that it has worked perfectly. It has worked perfectly. This is the first rotation, the second rotation, third, 4 and 5. So okay, one more input I will give is that is for the rotation 10. If I go for 10 rotations, I will get back my list, and here it is, I got back my list. So why this -1 worked is basically we are starting from the beginning going till len of L, that is 10 minus 1, that is 9. So this starts from 0 to 9, right? This is the 9th index and I require till here, so it goes one less, so I got this one. So now it is working fine. So what we have done is we have basically used the list slicing. I access this. So you see, I'll just tell you what happens over here for the first rotation. Over here L will get is 10, okay, from this slicing, and then I'm doing plus, and from this slicing I will be getting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. That's it. And then we are joining this list. So next time what happens, again the last element, that is 9, will come over here, and over here we will have 10 comma and till 8. This is what happens from the second rotation, and then we are just joining that list and displaying that list, and this is how we are actually getting the output. So if I say rotation 10, so we have the 10 rotations. See, you can see 10 starts here and reaches till the end. Okay, so this is how you can rotate the elements in a list using the traditional approach and the Python approach. Okay, bye for now. So before I say goodbye to you, do subscribe to my channel. There's a subscribe button in front of you. Click on that. And after that, click on the bell icon so that you can get regular notifications of my upcoming videos. And always remember one thing in your life, that impossible is nothing. Bye for now.